Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I'm Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking play. Make sure that you hit that like button. That's the only price of admission for our live streams is to simply hit the like button. What's going on, Angel? Sweet Angel, Katarina, Lisa Marie. My Blues showed up ready to do what they do. Much love to y'all, man. I got to do something special for y'all. Also, hold on a second. I need to mute this right here. Also, I want to say thank you again to my coaching clients who got me my 1 million subscriber plaque that YouTube refused to get a brother. YouTube refused to get a brother this. So they came together and they got me one, man. And I got it right here on my desk and I'm looking at it 100% of the time. And I'm really appreciative. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I don't know if y'all heard or not, but Trump is beefing with Benny Johnson. Yeah, yes, he is. He called him out. You don't believe me? Man, watch this right here. I promise you. Watch this right here. He called him out.
And these are crooked politicians, every one of them. Benny Johnson, what he did is incredible. I mean, he was the leader of the committee and he did it. Cheney, crying Adam Kinzinger, all of them. They destroyed evidence and deleted everything. There's nothing. There's no evidence now.
I didn't do it.
They're crooked politicians, and
no,
they should be punished.
No.
You know, that's even in a civil trial, you go to jail for a thing like that. They destroyed every document, from what I understand, every document, because it proved that I was totally innocent.
I didn't destroy any documents. He meant Benny Thompson. I'm Benny Johnson. Benny Thompson.
Southern border?
Is different.
Yes,
when you say southern border, when I said 10,000 troops, I was referring to the capital.
He is beefing with Benny Johnson. You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. All right, guys, that was just a joke. Man, I seen somebody say that he accidentally mentioned Benny Johnson instead of Benny Thompson. But I wanted to sit here and I want to say congratulations to Bevelyn Beatty Williams for being released from that BS case that she caught for simply stopping people from committing abortion. She stopped, I think they had on schedule upwards of like 150 appointments on the day that she was there protesting. She stood there in front of the door and she was praying over everybody, stopping everybody from coming in. And they said that that was worthy of a sentence upwards of 3 years. Complete and utter BS. Hopefully, Bevelyn, you don't mind me sharing this amazing video that you posted, because I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. And I apologize, but I just want to show my audience this right here because I think it's so dope.
Look at us.
Oh.
I got your jacket.
Yeah. Woo! Go, 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 go.
All right, so let me go ahead and she showed, I don't want to show her baby face too much. She shows her baby face a couple of times, and let me go ahead and pass this a little bit where she shows her baby face, because I think this celebration right here is definitely called for. I'm appreciative of it. Don't know if you were here when she very first was facing this case. We all jumped on a live stream, all of us, me and the LFR family, and we talked about this, and we showed her husband explaining the situation. He was driving her to be dropped off at the he was driving her to prison, actually, so that she can serve her time. And all of this was nothing but a plot and scheme from the Biden-Kamala administration to shut up pro-lifers. So here's the rest of it right here.
Go ahead.
This is awesome.
Oh.
This is awesome.
You still smell good. You still smell good. It don't matter if you're in a fit of hell. No. Somebody gonna smell good. No. Girl, you know how you gonna
And it's important that we celebrate times like this because it wasn't only her that was released, man. It was like it was a bunch of other people who was arrested. I'm talking about arrested, given real time. And these people were grandmothers. I'm talking about old ladies who love the Lord. These are people who put God and family first. People who are not trying to demonize human beings for trying to, I guess, make their problems go away by saying, you know what, I did something that I'm not proud of. I don't want to be stuck with the responsibility of my actions. So I'm going to get this person removed from my body. I'm not one to ever judge anybody. I'm not perfect. Just like nobody else that's watching me right now is perfect. But for them to receive jail time for trying to prevent other people from making that mistake, for these people to protest, not hurt they didn't harm a hair on anybody's body, but they received actual jail time for being pro-lifers, for being pro-God. These people were receiving more jail time than the Black Lives Matter protesters that were burning down businesses, flipping over cars, accosting citizens, and many other crimes. I'm talking about they burned down whole cities and didn't receive any time whatsoever. Some of them did. But this is what I'm talking about, man. They are hypocrites, bro. Like, they act as if they love the country. They act as if they love the Constitution, but they don't. Freedom of speech was never anything that they wanted us to really use, unless we're saying what they want us to say. And like Bevelyn Williams, is it Betty Williams? Bevelyn Williams. She was out there as a soldier for Christ and a soldier for this country, and she got demonized and punished. They was talking about giving her 3.5 years in prison. Do you realize that if Trump was not voted in, she would still be arrested? And the next time that her kid will see her is when she was close to 5 years old? Think about that. If Trump was not voted back in as president, she would still be arrested. She would still be locked up. Still, all of these old ladies right here, look. I'm about to show y'all right here, man. Y'all think I'm playing. Look, I need y'all to see these people right here, man. I was looking at the people that was arrested, and these individuals are old, man. Like, these are old people. Not saying anything about the old people, but I'm just saying, look, check this out. This is nuts. These pro-lifers, these ladies right here, arrested for protesting. It was not going to get out, not going to be released. Come on, man. So shout out to Trump for doing what he said he was going to do. Promises made. Y'all know the rest. Please let me know whatever y'all let me know the rest inside the chat. All right, so we got more business to take care of. They stopped my girl. What's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene. They stopped my girl Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let me go ahead back. They stopped my girl Marjorie Taylor Greene, man, and tried to ask her questions about Jan 6. I want y'all to see what she did to this reporter who don't care about anything else but getting her story. I'm only asking about J6. I know you're bringing up all these other valid points, but she didn't want to hear anything that Marjorie Taylor Greene had to say. Check this out, man. I thought this was absolutely hilarious. I mean, just me. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man.
Is this all you really talking about is the J6 lieutenant pardon? Yeah, okay. Are you gonna talk about the Biden family that got pardoned? No? I haven't. Oh, okay. What about the rapers and killers and murderers that Joe Biden pardoned? There are tons of them. Is that a focus at all? I'm asking about J6. I know that's what you're asking. I know that's what you're asking about, and I'm not doing this. This insane place up here and all of y'all's obsession with January 6th is absurd. Everybody outside of here is sick and fucking tired of it. I'm serious. And so Joe Biden pardons all these murderers and rapists and disgusting people, and then everybody up here has got their panties in a wad because J6ers got pardoned. Like people that walk through open doors. A lot of them walk through open doors. That's it. But everybody here is like, J6. Seriously. But you've been so autonomous this year. Yes, I have. And they're pardoned. And thank God, I hope they go live their lives and can reassemble something back together because they have suffered enough. Go do a story on all the Antifa BLM people that never served time. Over 95% of them, seriously. Think about that. And go do a story on these cities that BLM burned to the ground and they never built back. They raised all that money on ActBlue and they never built those communities back. I just, you know, it is nauseating. I've seen all the Democrat-run networks ad nauseum about January 6th, and they just can't get over themselves, but they don't give a shit about real Americans. The speaker has created a select committee to investigate January 6th, so it's not like Republicans aren't talking about it. No, but it was your question. Are you gonna have J6ers come in? Are you gonna give them tours? Like, I'm so sick of you people and all this crap. I really am.
The reason why I got that is because other people hadn't said that, and so I assumed you would be those people that would also be having tours, just because I know you're close to some of the people.
Because you're assuming. You know, the problem is you people never gave me a fair shot to begin with, and you all these assumptions and all these headlines and all these lies. So you came in asking me, why don't you do a story on what people care about? People care about the border, the economy, energy. They're sick and tired of the foreign wars. They're tired of the hypocrisy up here.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, they don't want to talk about none of that crap you talking about. They want to talk about things that make conservatives look bad. That's it. The only thing that they can pull out their ass right now is that Jan 6ers are being released. My question to you all is, how long did y'all want them to be in jail for? That's an honest question. My wife says all this time. My wife says all the time, can I ask you an honest question? My honest question is, how long did y'all want them to be in jail for? They've already served, 3.5 years? How much more time do you want them to serve? I mean, honestly. And this is hundreds of people. I do realize there were some people that was probably a little bit more handsy, a little bit more aggressive with the police. Deal with them, case by case, with a case by case basis. But y'all are trying to put everybody in the same basket. And even those guys that got a bit aggressive with the police officers, how long did y'all want them to be locked up for? That's a real question. I showed a video yesterday, and and it's still on my Instagram. I mean my X account, and I gotta skip past these. I gotta skip past these JFK videos because honestly, when I watched those JFK videos last night, they I didn't get the sleep that I thought. I thought I was strong enough to watch, but I didn't get that much sleep last night. Constantly seeing what happened to JFK from the hands of his driver in the Secret Service, allowing it to happen, that just freaking blew my mind. It blew my mind. And I watched every angle in slow motion. I watched articles. I watched certain people presenting it, like Alex Jones, and other people. And it was extremely unsettling. Extremely unsettling. But This is all that they want to focus on. This is all that they want to focus on is Jan 6ers, man. And I just want to know, how long do they want them to be locked up for? Here's Trump right here releasing all of the pro-lifers. And Evelyn Beatty Williams was a part of that. And we watched this.
Next, we have a set of pardons for peaceful pro-life protesters who were prosecuted by the Biden administration for exercising their First Amendment rights.
Do you know how many?
I believe it's 23, sir.
23 people were prosecuted. They should not have been prosecuted. Many of them are elderly people. They should not have been prosecuted. This is a great honor to sign this.
And this is something that I would have liked to see in our President Biden, who I actually voted for. I actually voted for him, man. I would have liked to see him be presidential like this. I would like to see him talk to the reporters and answer their questions. I would like to see him show some heart. You know what I mean? Which he did not. He never did. He never freaking did, man. But these individuals right here, like Ilhan Omar, she don't want any Jan 6ers released at all. At all. Who's the other gentleman? Hold on one second, guy. Hold on one second. Where is it? I'm trying to find the video. I don't know why this always happens whenever I go live, man, but I can't find a video. But what they were doing was they were having a conversation about the Jan 6ers, and this was on like I think it was on CNN. And I should have sent this to myself, but CNN was interviewing this one guy, and they was asking him about the Jan 6ers, and this guy said, but what about all of the police officers that have been attacked in New York and in California, and the people who attacked them, they got arrested but got kicked right back out of jail, and sometimes they didn't even get arrested. But at the protest on January 6th of 2021, y'all went back and found everybody who was on the grounds, dragged them through the mud, highlighted their lives, got them fired from their jobs, and then arrested a lot of them, and don't ever want to release them? How is that fair? Simply because they was on the grounds? What makes the Capitol more important than anybody else's business, anybody else's home? We're all Americans here. See, they keep on trying to lift us up on up on pedestals, and then say, well, if you attack this person or if you say something to this person, then it holds more weight than the average human being. And that's BS, man. We're all the same. That's why they tried to put illegal immigrants over top of Americans and act as if they have nothing. They're from nowhere places. They need us more than you all need us. So we're going to help them, and we're going to provide them funding more than we provide you all, because you all don't need it, because y'all are nothing but privileged Americans. We do realize that there are hundreds of thousands of homeless people around this country, but we're still going to send tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars to other nations and other countries to help them out, help clean up their countries. And we're going to bring in tens of thousands of people from other nations over here, and we're just going to pad their pockets as much as we possibly can so that they can feel like they finally have a chance at life. That's not our responsibility. They are not American citizens. I love everybody because that's what God told me to do. But this nation need to put us first, the same way that China put their people first. Korea put their people first. Russia put their people first. Israel put their people first. You have immigrants that come over to our country. They can purchase property. They can buy businesses. Some of them can vote. We go to other countries. It's almost like pulling teeth to even get a citizenship. As a matter of fact, in most countries, they're not even allowing us to get citizenships. And they're damn sure not going to allow us to buy property. And they're not going to allow us to start no business. So why are we so giving when we know that it just shoots us in the foot? We know that it negatively impacts us as a nation. We've been taken advantage of for so daggone long. And there's half of this country who are finally excited that we got somebody in office that will flip things and we will start winning again. Is that wrong? I don't think that's wrong. That's just me personally. You know what I mean? That's just me personally. Check out what this young man has to say about this whole, well, no, never mind. I don't want y'all to listen to that because that might get me in trouble. It might get me in trouble. And that's unfortunate too, because shout out to Elon Musk and X, who allow us to have conversations and post videos and articles to back up certain stories. Because I have a client who was live streaming and she was on X. She was showing her X account on her live stream. And one thing was showed for like a second or two. And she ended up getting a strike on her YouTube channel and was told that she couldn't put up videos for 7 days. She ended up having to delete all of that from her video and then reach out to YouTube with a long email saying, you know, I didn't know that was an accident. And the only thing that was shown was like a gun or something. A gun was shown. And YouTube strike the channel. I'm like, come on, man, that's BS. Like, what are we supposed to do on these platforms? For real, if you're a content creator, what exactly are you supposed to do? I ran across this one young man who has something to say to you, Trump supporters, to us Trump supporters. Y'all feel free to sound off. Apparently, he says he's way smarter than all of us. So y'all be the judge of that. Y'all let me know what y'all want me to know in the comments, man. And hit that like button if you haven't already.
So for all you fuckwits that are celebrating this executive order that says there are only two genders and that it's based on what parts you have at conception, holy shit! I had no clue you guys were so chill with non-binary folks because you guys been playing that shit awful close to the chest. Because those of us with higher order functioning brains and who passed 8th grade biology, we understand that up until 7 weeks of gestation, all fetuses have the same goddamn parts. So what this order actually says is that we are all non-binary. Now, I know you dipshits are down in the comment sections trying to rub those two brain cells together to comment something about chromosomes. So let me teach you something real quick, fuckhead. There are folks who have female body parts with XY chromosomes, and there are folks who have XX chromosomes with male body parts. And that says nothing about people with XXX or XXY chromosomes. This type of stupid shit is what happens when you have a septuagenarian with the brain of a 5-year-old that tries to categorize shit that scientists don't agree about. So from now on, I will be calling every single one of you ignorant, hateful shits non-binary. Not because I think it's an insult, but because you do. I have listened to you ignorant fucks spout some of the most hateful shit for the last 10 years, and now it's my turn. So to put this simply, I'm going to be the equivalent of a proctologist with baseball mitts for hands. And since I know that went right over your goddamn head, allow me to make this painfully simple. I'm going to be a pain in the ass.
Basically, this straight white male who is very privileged, and not because he's a white male, but because he's an American citizen. And that's something that y'all need to understand. American citizens are far more privileged than other nations because we actually have different classes. In other nations, you have the super wealthy, you have the poor. We have a middle class, we have the poor, we have upper middle class, we got lower middle class, we got super wealthy, we got just regular rich right on the basement floor. And this young man is telling you all, because he's, you know, a liberal. When liberals feel like they have to take up for the people that's disenfranchised, we got to take up for them. They can't take up for themselves. Here's the thing, young man. This country was founded on principles by God, all right? Indivisible under God. This is a Christian country. And a lot of times we like to uphold God's word. I do realize that a lot of you may not be Christian, but nobody's banging down your door trying to get you to go to your priest and give them all your sins and say, please forgive me. Nobody's trying to get you to do that. But what we're not trying to do, young man, what we don't want is to have our children have this stuff forced on our children, because you don't have children yet. You don't have a family yet. But as soon as you get a wife and you get children, you're not going to want the school system to force anything on your children either. All right? That's something that these young guys need to realize, these young people need to realize. But as soon as they start to tell your child that they can be whatever sex they want to be, and they don't have to tell you about it as the husband of the household, if you don't have an issue with that, sir, you are not a man. You're not even a woman. I don't know what the hell you are. You're non-binary or whatever you want to be. You're make-believe, you're a cuckold, whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, if you don't take up for your children and your wife, then you are not a man. So a lot of us are simply saying there are men and there are women. And women have a certain amount of rights for them, because back in the day, they was disenfranchised too. Back in the day, it was only men that was allowed to work. And certain things had to move forward so that women were allowed to work. All right. Some in the model, the whole biblical model of having a man go out there and work while a woman stay home and take care of the children, that didn't really work out because some men didn't want to give in to that. Some men weren't men enough to go out there and make a life for their families. And everybody, for some strange reason, like to live above their means. So now a woman want to go out there, make her money too, stack up, do what they got to do, leave the kids to, they raise the kids for a couple of years, in the home, and then they start sending them out to babysitters and all this other stuff. But now when we send our kids to babysitters and childcare providers, our children are being abused, both physically, mentally. They are being taught things that we don't teach them in our homes. They are being taught that it's cool to be trans and all this other stuff. In elementary schools, they're having trans reading hours where you have a trans person come there and dressed up in the opposite sex, and they're reading books and they're dancing for the kids. They have bars and stuff where children are invited to go put dollars into men's skirts while they're dressed up as women and gyrating to grown adult music. There's a whole pedophilia culture that's targeting our children. And people who are serious about preventing that and stopping that, we are very vocal. So, young man, you sound very intelligent, sound like you go to school a lot, sound like sound like your parents actually did a damn good job raising you and making sure you took education seriously. But what they didn't do is teach you enough about this world, and you're gonna have to learn on your own. If people don't teach you, life will. That's just how that works. So you have conservatives who want things to work the way that they're supposed to work, and you have liberals who are like, let's just be free, we'll figure it out later. Let them be them, let them be them. What happens is chaos comes from that. We just now saw that with the Biden administration. Chaos came from them wanting to just open up the borders and just let everybody come in because they figured, hey, we got enough to give to everyone. We got enough food. But what if in your household and your parents fix dinner and they just open up the doors and announce to the whole neighborhood, hey, we got enough food. Feel free to come over whenever you want. As a matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and bust out some people who don't speak our language, who don't have our same culture, who don't have the same values that we have. And we're going to bring them into the house and let them just destroy your home, eat whatever they want to eat, take whatever they want to take. So do that make sense to you? The older you get, the more serious you get about your family, about protecting your family, about what you value, and all those things, man. So one day you'll grow the hell up, and some of that bass will leave from your daggone chest a little bit, your voice a little bit. When you're speaking about the real things, you can speak silently, and you don't have to be so emotional. This dude spoke for like a minute and a half, and he cursed like 28 times. very emotional young man. No more hugs for him. He needs to do what Mark Zuckerberg did and join the MMA and start fighting some UFC fighters, grow some balls, build your testosterone back up, and stop being such a cat. Another word for cat. 5 letters. Begins with a P. Last letter is a Y. All right. So that's all I wanted to say to that young man. See, these youngins, man, they really don't know until they actually learn for themselves. They just thinking that we're attacking gay people. Ain't nobody attacking gay people. Do you know how many gay people I know that I love? Like, come on, I'm an ally too. I want everybody to be treated the same way. But what I don't want is for people to act as if they want to build up an organization to help out disenfranchised groups like Black Lives Matter. Like black people aren't getting the same attention that they're supposed to get. They're not getting the funding they're supposed to get. Call in Black Lives Matter or go to blacklivesmatter.com and donate money so we can help out these blue cities to get everything that they need. And then when we do that, we realize that it's LGBTQAI plus in disguise, and they aren't helping these people that everybody was sending all this money to, the same way Kamala did when all these people was donating blue so that Kamala could win. They didn't know that she was going to take all that money and give it to Beyonce, give it to Oprah, and give it to all of her rich celebrity friends to try to push her across the finish line. So Black Lives Matter did the exact same thing. Everything was about the interests of the LGBTQAI plus. They had offices that was run by people that was in that community, and they was funding only them. They was padding their pockets. And then they were hiring their brothers and sisters to work for them, and they were giving them upwards of $800,000 a year to work with them. And they were using Americans' money. They was using your dumb ass money. They was probably using your parents' money if they were also giving money to Black Lives Matter. But you don't care about that. You have a phone, you jump on your soapbox, TikTok say everybody's welcome to just turn on the camera and just start talking BS. And that's exactly what you did. So hopefully one day you grow up before it's too late, because we've been taken advantage of by so many different people. And again, we finally have an adult back in the office, back in the Oval Office, making sure that this doesn't happen. You should be happy, bro. But unfortunately, your mind has been taken over by the people that target and manipulate the emotional people out there, which you are. Maybe someday you'll start thinking with some logical common sense. You do not right now. So feel free to be as smart and condescending as you want to be, but unfortunately, it's not a good look on you, bruh. You look like a woman, and you sound like a woman. That's just my 2 pennies. Also, let me see. All right. So I'm not going to say too much about this whole JFK thing, because that's still I'm not going to say a lot about it. I'm just excited that this new information is coming out, that we get to read it and make our own minds up. We get to see footage that have been hidden away from us this entire time. And the CIA knew about it. FBI knew about it. The president knew about it. And whenever conservatives made mention of anything, they will always deny, and act like you are the crazy ones. And now, just like everything else, it's turning out to be you were right all along. Now, RFK files are coming out. MLK files are coming up. Malcolm X files are going to be coming out. And everything that you guys have been saying is going to turn out to be true again. And all they're going to do is deny, try to separate themselves from the story, and that be that. But there is some fun news that came out. Well, first of all, before we jump into that, I just want to show you these school teachers who are threatening ICE. I don't know if you've seen any of these, but school teachers are threatening ICE. They're saying that if you dare try to come to my school and mess with my kids, even if they're illegals, you're not getting into school. As a matter of fact, there's going to be a butt whooping. I'm going to whoop your ass. They saying that they're going to whoop ICE's tail. Thank you so much for the super chat, whomever it may concern. Question: how is bacteria life on Mars? But how is bacteria life on Mars? But a fetus in the womb isn't life on Earth? Van, please keep doing God's work. That's a good question. That's a good question. But we got so many people that are extremely smart, bright over here that will not acknowledge any of that, what you're trying to say. There's, just like you have an argument, there's a counter argument for everyone. So here in the United States, we got prosecution and we got defense. And sometimes they both have equal amounts of evidence to support their sides, and whether one know that they're dead wrong or not. Sometimes that one that know that they're wrong is the prosecution, like the Biden administration trying to lock up Bevelin, B.D. Williams, and all of the pro-lifers. All right. And sometimes the defense know that they're dead wrong and they're defending somebody that they know is guilty. But instead of having to go through all of that, sometimes their leader would just give them preemptive pardons so that they not have to deal with that. I'm not throwing shots at anybody, but I'm sure y'all can figure out exactly who I'm talking about. So here are a couple of these school teachers who are threatening ICE and saying, yo, you ever think about coming up in here, it's going to be some consequences and repercussions.
ICE can now raid classrooms. And as a high school teacher, I just want to make one thing clear. If someone tries to come in my classroom and take one of my students, one of us isn't leaving the classroom. Play with me. ICE can now...
She said one of us is not leaving. I mean, he said, let me see. That was a kind of deep voice. Let me see that.
Now raid classrooms. And as a high school teacher, I just want to make one thing clear. If someone tries to come in my classroom and take one of my students, one of us isn't leaving the classroom.
Yeah, that's a man. That's a trans woman. It don't matter. This person, they said that ICE will not be leaving. She said ICE will be walking over, but they're gonna be limping out. That's what this person said. And here's another one that's very mean. This one right here scared the hell out of me. This one right here, very mean. You gotta hear this one.
I just want to say with my entire fucking chest and 10 toes down on my shitty broken tile classroom floor that it will be a frozen day in hell before someone from ICE comes in my classroom to remove a student they suspect is undocumented. First, because I have no undocumented students. What are you talking about? Second, even if I did, 1982 Plyer versus Doe says that it does not matter. Everyone is entitled to a fair and a free, appropriate education. And that's what I'm here to do. I am so sorry I can't come to my door right now. We're learning. We're doing class stuff. You're going to have to come back later. And by later, I mean never, because there are hills that I will die on, and this is one. I just want to say with my entire fucking chest and 10 toes down on my shitty broken tile classroom floor.
Wow. I don't know why she had to throw salt on the daggone talk trash about the school. Why you gotta tell the business of the school talking about she got itty tile floors inside of her classroom? What they do to you? And she talking with her whole chest and 10 toes down. Shout out to this white lady trying to throw some slang up in there so she can sound tough. You ain't gotta sound tough, sweetheart. Let me tell you something. It's not your business. Mind your business. How about that one? Mind your business. You ain't gotta be all caring and jump in front of you. You ain't gotta catch no bullets for this. You ain't gotta get arrested or beat down by the police trying to protect somebody who is illegal. They are illegal. I mean, they're not going to come and get the kids. That's for one. I don't think that's going to happen. Trump said that they're going after criminals first. All right? Criminals first. Tom Homan said that he's going after criminals first, and then he's coming after illegals, and he's not going to separate the families. They're not going to have to come to your school and get them. That's not what they're going to have to do. I don't think they're going to interrupt your class. They probably wait until after school. when you're still inside of class and you're not security on the grounds. They're going to wait for them to be walking home, take care of them then. That would make sense to me. You know what I mean? Rather than coming to your school and interrupting other American citizens while they're learning just to get a couple of illegals out of the class. That don't make sense to me, but they might do that. But even if they did, you don't have the power to do it. Plus, you look like you never been in a fight your damn life, your whole life. You look like a sucker. Not saying that you're supposed to look tough, but you don't look like you about that. That's why you went to your daggone car where it was quiet so that you can privately send your tough message to Trump and ICE. If you don't daggone have a Coke and a smile and shut the hell up. That's what I say. That's what I say. Lastly, gang, and this is the last thing we're going to talk about. Apparently, Barack Obama is rumored to be getting down and dirty with Jennifer Aniston. Please let me know in the comments how many of you believe that. Somebody said, hold on one second. Van, I only pulled this out because of the exclamation point and the all caps. So you got my attention now. Van, I want you to know, because of your content coming up on my feed, I listened, I researched, and one thing that you used constantly got me over to conservative. One thing you still use, the truth. Wow. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to spam it. I see you were spamming it. Please don't spam the comments. I see you spamming. Please don't spam. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll see it, sometimes I won't. But thank you so much for the message. I appreciate it. Somebody sent me an email today, and I won't read that, but somebody sent me a really nice email. Well, I won't tell you her name, but she said, Coach Van, I hope you're well. Months ago, when I first found your channel, I was made aware of the injustice bestowed upon Bevelyn Betty Williams and others. Well, I've been following her story specifically since, and I was more than ecstatic a few hours ago when I watched President Trump pardon her and all others that were imprisoned maliciously under the Biden and Harris administration. She's home, 3 exclamation points. You may already know this. I want to personally commend you and thank you for what you do daily. You definitely played a part in this. I heard this story and hit the ground spreading awareness, as I'm sure many did. You've made my departure from the left so easy and quite entertaining. Below is a video of Bevelyn reuniting with her family outside of the prison in Pickensville, Alabama, where my grandparents were actually born, fun fact. And the second one is the pardoning. First of all, thank you so much for the email. Thank you so much for the love. I really appreciate you for that. I'm not gonna put your name out there unless you come back around and you give me permission to, but thank you so much. Myself and other content creators, we do our parts to try to get information out there. And I'm glad that it's actually working. I'm glad that some of it is hitting home. I'm glad that Benny Johnson is so huge that Trump accidentally said his name while going at somebody else that he's beefing with. That's something that content creators can do, man. And I'm really appreciative of that as well. So shout out to you guys. All right, so now let's jump into, there's a lag. Okay, my bad. Okay, there's a lot of bots. Come on, please don't bot up what's the name, man. Don't spam the chat, guys. All right. So now we talking about Barack Obama and this whole thing with him dating Jennifer Aniston.
To be some momentum picking up in the rumor mill about their marriage. First, on January 15th, in the Substack of Jessica Reed Krause, also known as House and Habit, she posts the following. Michelle Obama's absence at Jimmy Carter's funeral certainly raised some eyebrows. But yesterday's announcement that she won't be attending Trump's inauguration confirms something is definitely going on between her and Barack. Whispers about cracks in their relationship have been circulating in DC for over a year now, but this feels like the first public proof of a marriage on the rocks. If I had to guess, they will wait until after the inauguration to announce it. Timing, is everything. And yet the story doesn't end there. For months, I've heard Jennifer Aniston's name tied to Barack. Then Jessica cites a DM she received the day before. Quote, "He's with Jennifer Aniston. My old manager, now a friend, is connected to her inner circle. At a gathering with Jennifer's friends, the affair came up casually. Jennifer herself admitted it. They were sitting with a psychic, which makes it sound surreal, but it's definitely not a secret among her closest friends." Then yesterday, Meghan McCain had a discussion about this on her show, suggesting she is hearing the same. She had on Tara Palmieri, who's a reporter, saying, "Fast and furious loud, I've been hearing this rumor about the Obamas getting a divorce from reputable people. I'm not talking about TMZ," she says. "I'm talking about very serious journalists telling me they are hearing that the Obama divorce rumors are true." And Tara, who's a senior political correspondent for Puck, says, "I've certainly heard it for a while too, even before Michelle said she wasn't coming to the inauguration." I do not know whether this is true at all, but if it is true, it truly would be a political earthquake in Democrat circles. Never mind America. I don't remember a presidential divorce in modern history.
But we do remember a whole lot of presidential, side pieces and whatnot going on, huh? Now, I don't know. I think Barack. This is just me. I don't think that he will pick Jennifer Aniston out of all of the women that he can smash. Like this, do you know how many women out there want to get a piece of Barack? Want a piece of Barack's? Barack. But it's also rumored that he liked the fellas. You know what I mean? That he liked the men's. So, he might be non-binary. It could be anything. And also, I want to say this whole story is alleged. He is allegedly putting the pootie tang on Jennifer Aniston. He is allegedly kissing kittens that belong to Jennifer Aniston. He is allegedly doing nasty things to her chicken wings. Okay? They saying right now, though, that this was debunked by other celebrities, but we already know celebrities not going to snitch on each other. That's just not what they're going to do unless they beefing. Babylon system at work, regardless of Hollywood. And also, I want to say this. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I'm also going to say this. Michelle Obama does not like, she don't like DC. She don't want any parts of it anymore. She don't want any parts of it. Something like Melania Trump really didn't want any parts of DC anymore. She was tired of hearing everybody say negative things about her husband. She was tired of people attempting to take him out. Melania was tired of all of that. She was even asked that in one of her interviews. Do you want to move back into the White House? She was like, nah. She was probably, hoping that her husband didn't run again. But her husband knew that he had to. Trump had to. He was the only one with balls enough to do the things that he's doing. Think about it. What other person would have come into office and started just making the moves that he's making right now? Same thing with Michelle. Every time she listens to conservatives talk about her, especially, y'all don't call her Michelle, y'all call her Big Mike. So she's not going to want to come to no funerals. She's definitely not coming to no inauguration. And her old saying, when they go low, we go high. Nah, as soon as y'all started calling her Big Mike and Trump started to not deny that maybe that rumor was true, she started going lower. So when they go low, we go lower. As a matter of fact, if they go high, we gonna go low first. Because they used to try to say that MAGA were the only people that were going low. And this is when I was supporting Barack Obama. I voted for Barack twice. The first time I voted for him, I was a registered Democrat. The second time I voted for him, I was a registered Republican, because I was pissed off at his first administration, his first go around, and I protested by going to the DMV when I renewed my driver's license, and I said, man, change that. I'm not voting for that cat no more, man, because I don't like this and I don't like that and I don't like that. But I didn't know anything but Democrat stuff, so I didn't care to know anything about conservatism at all. Honestly, I really thought that there were no black people in the conservative party. I thought that there were no black Republicans. And then I'll see one or two here and there and be like, oh, there's one over there. I don't like him. Oh, there's one over there. I don't like him either. Oh, look, there's another one. I don't like him. I don't like her. And then I started seeing more and more and more and more and more. I'm like, wait a minute. Let me get over this black-white thing and look more into it. And I started realizing that the reason why it's not nearly as much black people in the conservative party is because the conservative party do not target people based off of their race. And when you don't target people based off of their race, you're not trying to manipulate the system and trying to just throw certain things at them so that they can support you. The same reason why Trump didn't say, hey, if you vote for me, I promise I'll put a black man in this department, or in this role. I'll put a black woman in this role, I'll make sure that there's a black and there's a Hispanic and there's an Asian. It's going to be like a whole rainbow of people to represent all of you if you vote for me. Now, that's something that the Democrats do. And that's why they're so pissed off right now about DEI being kicked out, and people who stress DEI losing their jobs, or potentially losing their jobs right now. So yeah, little fun fact about me and my journey with politics and what. So yeah. Yeah. All right. What else? All right, so that's it, guys. That's it for today. Thank y'all so much for joining me on y'all Friday. I really appreciate it. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. Shout out to this gentleman right here. It's not your fault. This guy right here is absolutely phenomenal. What's up, Jeff? This brother is one of the responsible people for this 1 million subscriber plaque. So shout out to you, bro. He said the left targets blacks every 4 years, then ignores them the entire time. Yep. Sad but true. Keep up the knowledge, coach. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. So that's where we are right now. We have one side that targets us and one side that does not. So yeah. Thank you guys for pulling up. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button and share this video on your way out. And if any of you are considering trying some content creation out, check out the new course that I created. I'm very proud of it. It's not that great of a course, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Based off the feedback I've been receiving, it's worth it. All right. You also get to join our private Facebook group and our private group calls that are usually 3 to 5 days per week. Okay. I look forward to seeing you inside of the group call and helping you with your journey. And Renee and D, I hope you guys feel better. B, I hope you feel better. And anybody else out there that's going through it right now, going through any type of health issues, I pray that God heal you very soon. But you can't go off of my prayers. You need to pray over it yourself. You need to pray that you are healed. All right? Pray that you are healed. Don't pray like, oh, I hope you heal me. Nah, you pray that you that God just take this away from you. God, you said that whatever I ask, it shall be done, as long as I put your will first. You said that way. You are a child of God, the same way your children know that if they ask you for something and they're doing right by you, if it's within your means, you will do it. That's the same thing with our Father, okay? And make sure you give God all praise, glory, and honor for the simple things like like grace and mercy. All right, that's extremely important. Just grace and mercy. Cars, houses, clothes, money, food, sex. No, we thank God for sex too. All of the things. We thank God for all of the things, right? Thank God for grace and for mercy. Thank God for protecting you and your family from seen and unseen dangers. Thank God for just putting a roof over your head and shielding you from the elements. You know what I mean? If it's raining, you provided me with the inside. If it's cold outside, you provided me with heat. If it's hot outside, you provided me with air or AC or a fan, a church fan, just to go like this. Woo! Some water to cool off. I'm just saying, sometimes we focus on the wrong things. And also, guys, thank God for the people in your life who have you and your family's best interest at heart. That's important too. Okay? Because there are people out here who are praying for you on a daily basis. Just like I know that a lot of you pray for me on a daily basis. I just want you to know that I also pray for you as well. All right? I mean, I don't go down a list because I will be all day, but I definitely do thank God for all of my supporters and for anyone who has me and my family's best interests at heart. And if that's you, I'm sending you up in prayer every single day. All right. I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Love y'all, and make sure y'all share this with your friends. And don't forget about the YouTube course below. And thank you for everyone who submitted a super chat and for everyone who bought me a coffee. And these inauguration coins, they are already on the way. Hopefully they get to you soon. Just make sure you let me know when they get to you, okay? Because I want to hear how you what you think about them, the quality of them and what they look like and all that. Like it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. All right, see y'all in the next one, man. Love y'all.